throughout the speech there seemed to be an implied threat that somewhere along the line, if all her optimism of a deal with the European Union didn't work, we would move into a low-tax corporate taxation bargain basement economy on the offshores of Europe. And I think she needs to be a bit clearer about what the long-term objectives are.
Will you vote for Britain to leave the single market?
We have said all along that we will not block Article 50 coming in, and that's going to be very soon within Parliament. We will be putting a case for market access to Europe. We'll be putting a case for regulation of labour market and all the issues that go with that. We'll be putting a very strong case to the British people and to Parliament. This is 2 years away, and it's quite nice that at last we've got confirmation that 27 member state parliaments will get a vote, including ours, and of course the European Parliament also gets a vote on this.
Specifically on leaving the single market, that is something that you accept now will happen?
She has said leave the single market, then at the same time says she wants to have access to the single market. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go down in Europe. I think we have to have a deal that ensures we have access to the market, we have British jobs dependent on that market. That's what we'll be pushing for. Whether it's specifically this form of single market, I don't know. She seems to be wanting to have a cake and eat it. Well, she concedes that herself. She concedes that we depend a great deal on people that have come to work in this country, and also she makes the correct point, which indeed Parliament has already voted on, that EU nationals living in Britain should be allowed to remain here just as much as British nationals, of which there are probably 1.5 million living across Europe, are able to continue living there. So there's going to have to be a close relationship with Europe in the future. We're going to hold them to account on all of this, because I think there are enormous dangers in this. And when she talks about future trade arrangements, all she said was that Donald Trump said we'd be first in the queue. First in the queue for an investor protection type trade treaty? I don't know exactly what she has in mind in that. We'll be obviously responding to the statement in Parliament today. Keir Starmer will be doing that. Emily and Keir have been making the point all along that there has to be proper parliamentary scrutiny of that. We will be doing all of that, and of course when the major debate comes up, which I hope will be very soon, we'll be setting out our idea of future relationships with Europe, but also our ideas about future trading relationships with the rest of the world. We want to ensure that jobs and markets are protected in this country. We want to ensure that British manufacturing industry has a chance to export. But she makes all these optimistic statements. Every economic indicator in Britain is going in the wrong direction at the present time.